Hello students, this is Supriya Mogle. I'm working as an assistant professor at Center for Distance Education, Shivaji University, Kolhapur. So I'm here to discuss about one of the interesting topic of entrepreneurship, that is woman entrepreneur. So in this video we are going to learn what is woman entrepreneur, what is the definition or the environment regarding woman entrepreneurship means uh, how was it in 1950s, 60s, 70s, 18 and then 90s, and now in 21st century how the woman entrepreneurship has developed. And then we are going to learn challenges, what are the challenges they have to face, then empowerment of women. So these concepts we are going to learn today. So let's start. So first we'll see introduction. So introduction, entrepreneurship, as you know, we have learned what is entrepreneurship. It refers to the function performed by entrepreneur in establishing an enterprise. So there are two basic elements in any entrepreneurship, that is innovation and risk bearing. Okay. Innovation means it refers to doing something new or something different from others, and risk bearing means entrepreneur has to bear the risk. The main motive of entrepreneur is to start a venture by setting up the enterprise. USA USA ranks number one for women entrepreneurship. Okay, in 1990s, approximately 6.5 million women entrepreneurs were there in USA. So it ranks top position in the world. And women entrepreneurship in India, with the constant development, in Indian startup, more and more women are chasing the entrepreneurial dream and succeeding in their ventures. And earlier, there were small business owned by women have traditionally focused on fashion and other service sector. But recently, women entrepreneur have been moving rapidly into manufacturing, construction, and other industrial field also. So one report says that nearly 126 million women have their own business across the globe, including Indian women around 8 million mark. So this is also one of the big achievement, that one report says that nearly 126 million women have their own business across the globe, and with Indian women, there are around 8 million. So that means women have that potential, they have that skill, knowledge, adaptability to run a business successfully. Next we'll see definition. So the definition of woman entrepreneurship is an enterprise owned and controlled by one or more women with minimum financial holding of 51% or more, and giving 51% employment to the woman. So in women entrepreneurship, the it should be owned and controlled by women only, one or more women, and the financial that should be, they should hold the finance minimum 51% or more, and 51% employment should be given to the woman. Then you can call this is woman entrepreneurship or woman enterprise. Okay. So the next point is women entrepreneurship environment, means how the environment has changed now. What were they doing earlier in 50s? How women entrepreneurs were there, and this women entrepreneurship environment is divided into following stages. Okay, we are going to see in the 50s or in the 60s, etc., and how they have developed today. So first is women entrepreneurs of the 50s. So there are two conditions, okay, there are two categories. First is where there was no income generating male in the family, then woman became the income generator for the rest of the family, so that's why they become entrepreneurs. And second is in family enterprise, suppose when a husband left and she had only two options, like either taking the charge of the enterprise or to face the loss. So in this category, he or she has to run the business. She has, chosen the option of taking the charge of the enterprise and not to face the loss. So in this category she becomes, entrepreneur in the 50s. Then second is women entrepreneurs in 60s. So after, in this decade, in 60s, many women educated in the schools and colleges, and because of socio-cultural tradition after marriage, they started small one woman enterprise at home only. Okay, so they started a small business or small enterprise from home, or only run by one woman. Then we'll see women entrepreneurs of the 70s. So in this decade, most of the women completed their education. They entered the workforce as professional. Okay, these women had aspirations as well as ambitious. They were ambitious, and for them, income generation as well as career growth both were equally important for them, and also responsibility towards the home, towards the children and their occupation. So so all these factors they have considered in their career, and uh, all these factors like income generation or career growth or responsibility towards the home, children, occupation, etc., equally important for them. Then women entrepreneurs of the 80s. So in this decade, women were highly sophisticated, technological, and were having professional knowledge about anything. So many women got number of degrees, and women started their units such as, manufacturing garments or export. So they started working in the firms, and they started their own units such as manufacturing garments or exports, etc. So women entrepreneurs of the 90s. In 90s, they become role model for earlier two generation of the women. In 90s, women were more capable and competent and confident, and they entered into big enterprises, maybe of their fathers or their husbands. So they changed their standard of living, and they you know became self esteem. They achieved that self esteem, and many women in 1990s decided to have a single child after marriage, and in order to meet the demands of home house and work. So this was about women entrepreneurship in the 90s. So here also they achieved very well, and they entered into big enterprises, plus they were handling their home and work, and they decided to have a single child in order to focus all the aspects in the career. So this was about women entrepreneurship of the 90s. So the next point is women entrepreneurs of 21st century. So in 21st century today, it is popular for telecom, IT, financial institutions, and most of the new industries are headed and guided by women only. They have become, professional industrialists and executive officers and manufacturers, etc. And now they have shifted from kitchen to handicraft traditional industries to non-traditional industries, and more women are got employment and and getting education in the professional and technical field. So this is a very big achievement by women. Then today many couples opt for leading a life without children. They don't want children in their life and they prefer to focus on their work. They prefer to focus on their relationship and joy of experiencing the freedom. So this is the change of 21st century women entrepreneurs. So this is about women entrepreneurs of the 21st century. So the next point is challenges, barriers and constraints in the path of the woman entrepreneurship. So in India, women entrepreneurs are facing various types of challenges or barriers in their in their career. So for women entrepreneurship or for women entrepreneurs, it is very difficult to run a business very effectively because they have to face various types of challenges. So we'll see what are the challenges one by one. First is lack of confidence. So in India, women lack confidence in their strength and in their competence. And one important reason for this is family members and society are always reluctant to stand for her, and that's why they lack the confidence. Next is socio-cultural challenges. So the family and society and personal barriers is a challenge to make her career. Okay, only few women manage both home and business efficiently and effectively. Next is market oriented risk. So many women are not fully aware about changing market conditions. They are unaware about the stiff competition and they find it difficult to capture the market. So market oriented risk is one of the major challenge for them. Then motivational factors. Self motivation is the key to a successful entrepreneur or successful businessman. So one should take the risk and accept social responsibility, and on other side family support is also important. Government policies or financial assistance etc are very much important to motivate the person. So if they are lacking for these factors, then it will affect on their career. Okay, then next is knowledge and skill of business administration. So women must be educated, trained, and should acquire the skills and knowledge in all the financial areas and all the business management. So they should have that knowledge and skills, how you're going to run the business, what are the factors to be considered while running the business. So etc. They should know about that. Awareness about financial assistance. So today in India most of the women entrepreneurs are not aware about various financial institutions or facilities or what type of incentives are there or loans or various schemes they are promoted by government of India, or various financial institutes are there from which they are having various types of schemes for women entrepreneurs, so they are not aware about that. Then training programs are also essential to enrich the skill and potential of women entrepreneurs. Then identifying the available resources. Women are hesitant to find out the access to cater their needs. It is necessary to have optimized the resources in the form of reserves or human assets. So it is very important to identify the available resources, and they should know how to have the optimum utilization of that resources. So this was about challenges of the woman entrepreneurship. Next point is empowerment of women. So what is woman empowerment? So it is one of the important part of women entrepreneurs. The empowerment of women is one of the central issue in the process of development of the countries all over the world. The state and central government has produced a number of schemes for empowering the entrepreneurship. So, uh, woman empowerment means capacity of women to take a control of their circumstances, or you know uh, enterprise, or exercise the power or achieve their own goals with freedom, and able to help themselves to maximize the quality of their lives. So this all the includes in woman empowerment. Women empowerment means increasing the strengths of a woman socially, economically, and emotionally. And women empowerment in India is heavily depend on many different variables that include geographical location, maybe urban or rural, educational status of their, then social status also, or social status, class, backwardness, etc. Then age. So these also the important factors that are heavily dependent on women and empowerment. Then according to government of India report, empowerment means moving from a position of enforced powerless to one of power. So this is the, in short, the meaning of empowerment of women. Next point is need for women empowerment. What is the need? Women are lacking a specified benefit that is considered important, like decision making power. They are not getting that power of decision making, and you should identify that capacity of women to take a control of their circumstances. Then freedom of movement, or access to education, access to employment, so that they can exercise power and achieve their own goals with freedom. And they should be able to help themselves in maximizing the quality of their lives, and they will increase the strength socially, economically, or emotionally. So that because of this, woman empowerment is very much important. So the concept of women entrepreneurs is started from family. The environment has been changed from 50s to 60s to 70s to 80s, 90s, and now in 21st century level is effectively. But then also they have to suffer various challenges in her path. So here I complete my video. I hope you understood the concept of women entrepreneurship, the environment, the challenges of women entrepreneurs. And in the next video, we are going to learn various types of institutions for women entrepreneurship, or where they support to women entrepreneurs in India. So we are going to learn that type of institution. So I hope you understood today's session. Thank you so much.